everyone, and welcome to Madubu Gorge, which unfortunately for me is probably my least favourite part of Tomb Raider 3. By that I'm referring to the beginning of Madubu Gorge, because the worst bit about the beginning of Madubu Gorge is the fact that you've got Madubu Gorge in front of you, or up ahead of you, or the fact that it simply has to be done. This, unfortunately for me, is my least favourite level in Tomb Raider 3. Even more so than Ludsgate. I'm not at all keen on Ludsgate either, but in my eyes it's a slight lesser of two evils to this level. And the reasoning for me not liking this level, it's very straightforward. I simply suck at controlling the kayak. There's a lot of bits that require like precision, and there are bits where it's very easy to lose health. There's bits where you're certain to lose health, and my inability to control the kayak doesn't really help. And I think with the majority of people that don't like this level, it's because of the kayak. And personally, I don't think I blame the kayak. I think I'm just awful at controlling it. I don't think it's the kayak's fault. I think it's simply my fault. And that little space there you saw that I made safe landing. The reason for that is because I assume it was a mistake by Core. Basically, it's safe to land there. It doesn't kill you. It should kill you. Every other space of that water does kill you. But for some reason, that one space doesn't. I can only assume it was a mistake by Core. And seeing as it enables me to save time without losing health, I just thought it made sense to go that way. Now, there was another path there. It's not mandatory, it just leads to a save game crystal. It also triggers more of those green creatures. Seeing as they can poison you, there's a strong likelihood that I would get poisoned, and considering I'm a lot better off now with save game crystals, I guess I just take the viewpoint that it's not necessarily worth sacrificing health for save game crystals, so that's why I left it and thought I would, save myself the health. And shortly before starting this level, I did also watch a few clips from Badass Games walkthrough of this level. Chime the secret, good, and make progress this way. Yeah, I watched a few clips from Badass Games walkthrough of this level, but it was just to familiarise myself with the best ways to tackle the drops, because the drops that either sometimes cost health or always cost health, I thought it would be a good idea for me to just familiarise myself with the best ways to approach the drops, because it would be silly to unnecessarily lose health. I'm aware that a pacifist run for Tomb Raider 3 is a lot easier than you would think it would be. I've pointed this out in the past, but it's still silly to just, lose health for the sake of it. So that's why I quickly checked over bits of Badass Games walkthrough. And now I guess I'm just dependent on my memory, and by that I mean I'm hoping that I can remember how to do each bit safely, or at least as safely as possible. Now, obviously, the route I'm taking is the longer route, and the reason for that is because although there is a shorter path, if you go that way, you miss out on secrets, and considering this is a Secrets No Kills run, not getting secrets would be an instant foul, so I'm forced to take the longer route, which is why I completely blanked the switch at the beginning, which takes you to the shorter route, although I did go in the direction of the shorter route, but that was only in the interest of getting a small health back. And yeah, this is a secret, and quite a dangerous secret as well. It is easy for this secret to kill you. I'm mostly talking about the return path, because there is a jump that requires a high amount of accuracy and precision, and if you get it wrong, then you fall into the water, and if you fall into the water, long story short, you are dead. No beating around the bush, you fall in the water, you're dead. And it's not just that, it is quite easy to just, like misjump. So that's why I refer to this as a quite a dangerous secret. And obviously it chimed here, so I could have ignored that and just returned, but I still would have been faced with this jump here, which is quite a nasty jump. And how many safe game crystals? 32. Okay, well, let's put it down to 31, because I don't really want to depend on luck. Well, I made it over, but even so, there's a lot of bits I can think of that are probably going to kill me, so it's still good that I saved anyway. Even if I didn't foul at that bit, I might foul at a later bit, and also I might get taken back to there. I'm aware I have over 30 safe game crystals, but even so, I don't want to be using them too wildly. And health loss here is going to be a big problem, because the crocodiles in Tomb Raider 3 are nasty. In Tomb Raider 1, they take one munch at you and boom, they're done. Here, they take several munches at you. Get on the kayak. But they can't harm you when you're on the kayak though, so that's good news. One thing I didn't practice was the controls. Okay, well, left is left, right is right, that's very convenient. Which way do I go down? I'm going to go down backwards, because there is a safe game crystal I would like to attempt to obtain. If I miss it, which I might do, it's not going to be the end of the world. I'm not going to restart, I will just carry on. But it would be nice if I can get it. And I think I've messed up completely. Not to worry. Although this bit here, I want to be going down sideways, I believe. And that was awful. That was absolutely awful. Okay, yeah, that was horrendous. That was absolutely horrendous. And this bit here, I want to be going down backwards, not forwards. Okay, this is not looking good at all. Okay, I want to be going backwards here. I do not want to be going forwards. No, I do not want to go forwards. If I go forwards, it's a reset. And there's no point just randomly going backwards into a wall if I'm just going to get knocked forwards again. This is a reset, this is a reset, this is a reset. Right, so I'll continue from where I last saved, which is here. It's occurred to me that the problems there may have started with me attempting to go for that safe game crystal. I have a feeling that resulted in me not being in the ideal position, and yeah, then I had the bad falls, lost health, and then went down the path I did not want to go down. And well, that was never going to work out. I went 3-0 down there very early on. That I was never going to win that. Maybe if I turn my back on the save game crystal and maybe just focus more on trying to safely proceed, maybe that might serve me better. So when I was watching it, Badass Games definitely tackled the first waterfall by basically going down sideways, and then the second one backwards, and then obviously I then went the complete wrong way. I might need to turn around here. Turn, turn, turn. Backwards. Okay, that was awful. That was worse. That was much worse. There's no point going down with that much health. And I failed to turn around. That means I'm in for more health loss. Or maybe not. Wait, I don't want to be going down that way. I don't want to go this way. Health loss is an absolute certainty. Heavy health loss. Problem is, it's all well and good going backwards, but I need to be turning in the right direction as well. But for me to beat the current, I literally need to give 100% to heading in the opposite direction. But then I lose track of my turning and I just smack into walls. Although it looks like I've done a bit better job this time. Okay, that did go a bit better. I want to aim for the red wire, although I am awful with this bit as well. Although that didn't go too badly at all. And I need to be cautious, I need to watch out for the red wires. Okay, here looks good. Oh wait, they're both red wires. Oh, I know where I need to go. I need to go to the right, don't I, and then to the left. Okay, this is looking bad. Let's face it, everybody has a weakness. My weakness, well, I have a few weaknesses. Glitches is a weakness, shortcuts is a weakness, and this level is a weakness. Boom, take me, razor wire. Take me. Basically, I struggle with glitches, I struggle with shortcuts. Those are like my two big weaknesses in Tomb Raider. And I also, another weakness is individual levels. I wouldn't say I have many levels that I'm horrendous at, but this is definitely one of them. This is a level that I am absolutely horrendous at. And yeah, so out of the individual levels that would be classed as a weakness for me, this is definitely one of them. Although I don't really need to tell you that, because you can tell for yourselves that I have been doing an absolute horrendous job at this. But not to worry, it's going to take more than this. I mean, you know, to make this challenge undoable, it's going to take a lot more than this. It's going to take a lot more than this amount of stupidity. I want to see the statistics. I know where the third secret is. Okay, it has been a fair while since I last saved. Because although, if you take things at face value, I might not have made a tremendous amount of progress, but I have tackled some fairly unpleasant bits I wouldn't really want to do again, and so that makes the progress seem like more than it actually is. No, I need to think. When should I save? I mean, I do need a bit of luck with the fire here, because my judgment isn't always that great, and sometimes I can think that I'm safe when I'm not, and boom, I catch fire, and boom, that's the end of me, because only water can put fire out, and this water in itself is going to kill you. So basically, if you catch fire, you're as good as dead. But then there's also a secret where I want to be saving first. Because there's a secret that is, for me, is very dodgy. Let's see, I can take one more forward. Actually, tell you what, I'll save here, and I won't save before the secret. I don't want to have a manic save fest, but I don't want to lose progress either. Is it safe to go forward? Okay, it was safe to go forward. Yeah, I don't want to have a manic save fest. I don't want to lose, too many of my safe game crystals. But this bit's a bit dodgy. There's a secret coming up which is a bit dodgy. So I'll just save here. I won't save before the secret. And so if I found the secret, then I won't be taken too far back. I am aware that this level can be done a lot quicker. There are some speedrun techniques that can completely obliterate this level, and this level can be done much quicker. It requires I'm not sure if it's a glitch as such, but basically there's a certain spot where you're on the kayak and it's on dangerous waters. However, you position yourself in such a way where you can actually get off the kayak and then land, and then basically when you get off you actually end up in a safe area, and it basically chops off a lot of the level. Unfortunately, I've never attempted it before, and so I wouldn't really want to try it, because it strikes me as a terrible idea to attempt something that I'm completely new to. And this here was the bit I was worried about, because sometimes when you jump and grab, sometimes Lara just randomly loses her grip and you fall into the water, and like pointed out 100 times already, falling into the water equals death. If I was familiar with the trick where you get off the kayak and then basically skip out loads of the level and make all the progress like that, if I was more familiar with it, then maybe I would try it, but I've never done it before, and I catch fire. Doesn't that bring back memories of every single... I need to stay calm here. That brings back memories of pretty much every single pacifist run that I've ever done. Because every single pacifist run, I always get killed by fire. Always catch fire, always get killed by fire. Absolutely no avoiding it. Welcome to my world, the world of fire, the world of getting burnt to death. No! Okay, that's okay. Okay, I didn't mean to press forward there, but it was okay. Tomb Raider 1, jumping in the Great Pyramid to grab the ledge and then randomly catching fire for absolutely no reason at all. Same story in Tomb Raider 2, the semi-secrets no kills run, when doing that, taking a shortcut to one of the secrets. Tomb Raider 3, Lud's Gate, when one of the damned managed to take a swing at me and catch me on fire, even though I looked like I was out of reach. Tomb Raider Last Revelation, The Lost Library, Say No More, Tomb Raider Chronicles, Sinking Submarine, Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness, Hall of Seasons, and it was by that certain skeleton who went by the name of Sackboy. Although that didn't actually kill me though, did it? Although the Breath of Hades and Sanctuary of the Flame definitely did kill me. If that counts as a fire death, then yeah. And as for the full Secrets No Kills run for Tomb Raider 2, where there wasn't commentary, it was really easy to edit it, and although there were many failed attempts, I don't think I included any, because it was just easy to edit since there wasn't any commentary. But I can assure you that I was killed many, many, many times, including some fire deaths. And I'm trying to think of the most obvious examples. Well, I can assure you I did catch fire. Well, come to think of it, at the very end in Home Sweet Home, I did actually catch fire there, but that was intentional. Because where Home Sweet Home doesn't change at all in a pacifist run, I wanted to try and make it a bit different somehow, and so I came up with the idea of killing most of the gunmen in the bathroom near where the final cutscene happens, and and then after killing the final enemy, I then intentionally caught fire so that during the final cutscene you saw loads of dead enemies lying on the ground and Lara was on fire, but that was intentional. And although I was killed, it didn't matter, because there are times in which you can get killed in the Tomb Raider series, but you still carry on. In Tomb Raider 2, Ice Palace, when you kill the enemy at the end, you can then kill yourself, but it doesn't matter because then the end of the level triggers. That was the case with Home Sweet Home. When you kill the final gunman and then kill yourself, it doesn't matter because the end of the level triggers. And I'm forgetting where I'm going. Is it safe to drop? No, it is not. Okay, I'm going to restart again, but I'm going to continue from roughly where I left off. Unless I can get back up, which I don't think I can. Okay, what on earth was I doing there? That was just stupid. Let's all put our hands together and sarcastically applaud me for being able to succeed at that incredibly basic bit where all you have to do is climb to the end and drop down. But clearly I seem to think that it's a smarter idea to instead not climb quite as far and then drop down and, well, land in the water and get myself killed. Controversial, I must say, because I'm sure the average person would consider it to be smarter to go to the end and drop down onto the land, but yeah, welcome to me. And yeah, if the statistics are a tiny bit different, then you know why. It's because I've basically reloaded again, but then obviously things were probably done a slightly bit differently, so the statistics might be a little bit different. But other than that, everything else is the same. I think I am in the second half of this level, I think I am making good progress here. Although there is still a fair bit to be done, and some of it is quite tricky stuff. The problem with this level is that it has a lot of instant deaths. It has a lot of bits that basically, if you don't get it perfect, you die immediately. That's a big downside about this level. Anyway, boulder number 1 sucks. Sprint. Crouch. Boulder number 2 sucks. And let's save. I don't want more progress getting undone. I know that I've been considerably more excessive in this level with my save game crystals than in other levels, but like explained, this is a level that I am very poor at. Boulder number 3 sucks as well. It doesn't matter, because I'm going to be faced with easier levels that has more save game crystals, and I can make up for the additional save game crystals that I've used here. Well, let's see. Temple of Puna, I can definitely think of 1 save game crystal that I'm going to be using. Then I can also think of 2 that I'm going to be collecting. Thames Wharf, I sense a juicy profit. Ludsgate, I sense a juicy profit. And that's mostly because Thames Wharf and Ludsgate, a special thing about those levels is how you can, with the right techniques, you can skip out an awful lot of the levels, but still go to the right sort of places and make the right sort of profits. In my case, I'm referring to save game crystals. You can, with save game crystals, you can make a big profit on Thames Wharf and Ludsgate. So maybe it's not all bad. I mean, this is one level where I've not done that well on save game crystals, although I have intentionally left. Well, there was one at the beginning. I'm also going to be leaving the one down there if it's there. Because where I hate this level, I just want to get it over and done with. Well, for the looks of things, I avoided the green wire, which actually triggers the save game crystal. So I guess I don't have the save game crystal. But even if I did, I wouldn't get it. Because I hate this level, and I just want to get it over and done with. And I don't really want to risk certain items, although in a normal playthrough I most definitely would. Just check the statistics. Okay, that's all good. Land on the kayak. Damn it. How's my health? Well, let's put it into the maximum. Because we've got the big drop ahead of us, which consumes the majority of our health. I hope it can't kill you in one. My health is at 100%. I hope that no matter how bad you fall, it can't kill you. Because I'm not going to save. I've got full health, but I am still a little bit worried. As long as this definitely can't take 100% of your health, then I'm okay. Will the currents take me? Okay, it is. Okay, I wasn't too bad. I'm not going to save, but with the crocodiles, I am not taking any risks. I've explained how aggressive they are, how they just repeatedly munch at you, so, you know, I'm not giving them an inch. I'm giving them every bit of respect that they deserve. Jesus. Right. Done. 3 health packs consumed, but every secret, 0 kills, that's what matters. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed.